What's good, my G's? It's your boy Snowy, new Gamers in the house. How you doing? How you living? Of course, if you don't already know, G stands for Gamers. Welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're here for the first time, and if you're already subscribed, you know you're not a subscriber, you're team IGZ. New people, subscribe. Get down with the team. So, I've played the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite demo, and yeah. So a while ago I said something about I was going to do a video about, you know, why I don't want Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and I decided to back off that, and people wanted to see that video. I backed off of it because I was trying to remove like negative stuff out and blah 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 and being positive, but unfortunately if you look at the titles of our videos for the Nintendo Switch, nobody cares about positive shit. So, well, not nobody. When I mean nobody, I mean a small percentage, right? I didn't want Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. You might be saying like, well, why? Well, let me give you the quick version, or the somewhat quick version of why I didn't want that. Number one, I don't want infinity gems inside of hands of X, Ryu, Ken, whoever. I don't want infinity stones in their hands. It's a dope concept. It's a dope concept. But I understand there are contractual obligations. I do not know how long Capcom has the Marvel license to do these things, right? I didn't check it out. I'm not checking it out because the marketing for this is already wrong. The style that they're using for this is already wrong. You might be wondering, okay, well, what the fuck are you talking about? The marketing setup, the premise is amazing. It's amazing because you know you got these Guardian movies, and there's gonna be more Marvel movies coming, and blah blah blah. You see that you're fighting Ultron in the game, in the demo, right? The demo was released on E3. You can get it free in the PlayStation Store and the Xbox Store. Pick it up. It's a story demo, right? And I'm gonna get into the story in a second. Actually, I don't have a problem with the story. Let's just go about that, right? So, the gems are related. The only reason why the gems are being brought back up right now is because we have that movie that's coming with the fucking gems. We have like 12 movies right now that are out that revolve around these gems, from Iron Man, not Incredible Hulk, sorry, I want an Incredible Hulk movie so bad. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, the Avengers movies, probably the Spider-Man movie, and all the variants of that, Guardians of the Galaxy as well, right? So we get this, right? You get this, the reality, lifetime, blah blah blah, all that. Sorry, not lifetime, you know what I mean. So you get these gems, and it looks dope, right? But a lot of y'all don't know that before you get to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, there's Marvel vs. Capcom 3 versus Capcom 2 versus Capcom, Street Fighter versus Street Fighter, the X-Men game, Children of the Atom, and then before that is Marvel superheroes. Marvel superheroes, just Marvel superheroes. Code name in the street, War of the Gems, or Battle for the Gems. I think it's Battle for the Gems. War of the Gems was a side-scrolling adventure game from Capcom that was on a Super Nintendo. Pretty good game. The Marvel superheroes game, which was in the arcades, PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn, the best version. This game had about, who was in this game? You had Wolverine, Spider-Man, Captain America, Shuma-Gorath, Blackheart, Hulk, that's 6. Doctor Doom, Magneto, that's 8. Psylocke, 9. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Anyway, you had these characters. Let's say 10 characters, right? And as you're fighting, each level there's like one gem, right, available. Sometimes the soul gem, whatever. And as you go progress, there's another gem introduced, and you would hit someone, the gem would fly up in the air, and as y'all fighting, you would get the gem, and then when you activated the gem, it did some alternate things that happen to the character or to the world per se. So for instance, if you got one gem that deals with time, it may make your character faster, where the character that's already fast, it makes them super fast, and you get like this trail behind them. I believe there was a case where you use a time gem and it slows someone else's down, but that's neither here nor there. Juggernaut was the other character, that fucking bastard monster, oh my god, right? So you get the reality gem, and you know, if you're a character who's a poking character and you don't have a lot of like projectiles and stuff, you could punch. By the way, the master in that game was Thanos because of the gems, right? So you would punch, or you do stuff, and it'd be like extra things that would just like shards and stuff that would come out, and all this stuff adds to the combo system. The combo system that you've played in Children of Atom, or let's just say Marvel vs. Street Fighter, or Capcom vs. Street Fighter, or whatever those games are, including Marvel vs. Capcom, all that stuff comes from this particular game, and it's such an amazing game. You can get all the gems, but when you get to Thanos, he takes all the gems from you, and you gotta fight this dude, and you gotta whip his ass. So we've never gotten a part 2 to that game. Now here we are in this Marvel universe of movies where we get, oh, Iron Man was in the game too. What the hell am I thinking? The fucking infinite combo, oh my god, that was nightmares. Anyway, we've never got a part 2 to that. There's a bunch of us out here who were introduced to this fighting system because of this game, and we just went along with the series, but we've always wanted another one of these games. So this universe is going being set up by Marvel and Sony and Fox and all this other shit, you know, not really those, but I gotta say them, right? Prime to introduce this stuff, and we've not gotten it. It's just no chance of us getting it until now. But you're gonna do it in a Marvel vs. Capcom universe, and I get it, but here's why I don't want it. One, I want more Marvel characters in a game, fighting more Marvel characters in a game. You could have taken the versus aspect, where it's 2 characters, 3 characters, whatever, fighting, and going to town with these gems. Now I will say this, for the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, for what I've seen so far, I do like what they've done with when you call out the gems. Now they've made all this easy, but I'm not going to get into that, especially with the one button touch combo thing that's making its way into fighting games, which further proves the point that fighting games are dying, right? So where the disconnect for me is, I know that this game is being used to push Capcom agenda and Marvel agenda. Like, I know this because there's no real reason for Rocket and to have Groot behind them in the game. But it would have been dope if you take these same roster of characters that I spoke about earlier, and then you just add, I don't know, 16 more of these characters in their own game, where they all would have access to these gems and do the damn thing, be within the universe. Because if you know, if they slide the Guardian of the Galaxy dudes in, then maybe they could put the rest of the guys who belong in the actual Civil War who wasn't in the Civil War. And I'm not bitching about the Civil War, because there's not much you can do when you're dealing with real characters, right? Cartoons, we can go ham with that all day. Who knows, Black Panther may find their way in the game. But if they don't put Black Panther in the game, who's said that Black Panther wouldn't have been able to make it into the actual game the way that I'm saying it? Marvel Superhero Battle of the Gems 2. The game was just phenomenal back then. And this isn't like a nostalgic call. We've always wanted it. This is not a nostalgic call at all, because if you think about it, right, you look at Capcom's history, the games that we've loved from Capcom are the ones that we're still asking for that we're not getting. And it doesn't take away from what they're doing today. It's just that there is a fan base there that you can service that fan base, and we were going to buy anything you put Capcom on. Fuck Capcom, right? So the fact that they use the infinite mantra right now and don't push Marvel superheroes as part 2, that is just such a disservice to people like me who literally, if they was to put a remaster of that game out right now, I'd fucking buy it, hands down. This hands down. If they could fix the speeds to it now, because when it got to the console versions, we kind of lost a little bit of the speed, and I don't mean you could make it faster, but it lost some of its frame rate rather, and certain things would slow down no matter what speed you had it on. So Sega Saturn performed better, but nothing was better than arcade. And don't even look for the main ROM. Just don't even do that. So you know, it would be awesome. In fact, I tell you what, the one thing that would probably get me to pull the trigger on this Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite game is if they just gave us an as-is version of that tied to the pre-order, and they kept it like, hey, look, if you don't pre-order, you don't get this, which is lies, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I would go for that. I don't know, I just think it's such a wasted opportunity, and I was trying to keep my mouth shut, but then, like I said, I played the goddamn game. So first off, shout out to the Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Looks a fucking amazing. Dragon Ball Fighter Z looks like what I wanted since I played Dragon Ball GT. I mean, yo, that's all I can say. Just visually, shout out to Arc System Works. Like, visually, how it looks. That's what the Marvel superhero game should look like. That's what Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite should look like. And again, the art style that they're using, I don't hate the art style that they're using, but you gotta pull it back. You gotta pull it back. But okay, so it ain't pulling it back. That's fine. It just doesn't feel right in the story mode. I don't want to get into the whole controversy of what the characters look like. There's more than enough videos doing that, but the game just doesn't look like it has that pop. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like it has that pop. It seems to be a game that's doing a whole lot, but it's like run-of-the-mill checklist stuff. And Street Fighter 5 and 4, you know, for what as much as I like to talk shit about those games, whenever I am playing it, those games make me feel some kind of way. They in the game, like, they pop. This one isn't popping, and I played the demo 5 times on the Xbox One X. I played it 4 times on the PS4, Standard 4, Standard X, and I don't know if I can say that it's even better than the Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the Ultimate, on my PS4. I would say it's probably about the same. Just obviously it's a newer game, so it should have newer textures and slightly better everything. But I don't know. You tell me. I think right now, as much as a fan I am of this universe for the Marvel, and the fact that I'm not getting the Marvel Superheroes 2, and the fact that it's already fucked Capcom, that Dragon Ball Fighter Z game is looking like where my money's gonna go. And even with that, I don't know how much I'm gonna jump in on that, because, you know, I just been having less time, and I know that fighting with Capcom in my wallet is a fight worth having, because I can feel they're gonna do some bullshit where somebody like Strider is not gonna be in the game, and then they're gonna drop an Ultimate versus Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and Strider will be in the game. But now they hide it in season passes. Shout out to Street Fighter 5. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know what you think. If you ever played the Marvel superhero game, let's have this conversation down in the chat. I can go back and forth all day. Such a classic game. I think I better run through the list again just so I could feel better about myself. Shout out to fucking Iron Man, who is the originator of the infinite combo cheese, you fucking son of a bitch. Captain America, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Hulk, Juggernaut, Psylocke, Shilmagaroth, Blackheart, Magneto, Doctor Doom, Thanos. One hell of a game. I'm gone. Peace.
Not for your people, Thor. They have achieved perfection. And soon, you shall be their prince once more. Commander Redfield, did you have something to add? Some great insight?
You're going down, Ultron Sigma.
That's it. Some banal cliche. It's fitting that those would be your final words.
Doctor, get us out of here! With pleasure, Captain.
Good.